October 1962, 13 days when the world stood closer to nuclear war than ever before. This was the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was already tense, but when American spy planes photographed Soviet nuclear missile sites being built in Cuba, just 90 miles off US shores, alarm bells rang in Washington. These missiles could reach major American cities in minutes. President John F. Kennedy and his advisors debated how to respond. Some urged airstrikes and invasion. Others warned that attacking Cuba could trigger a full-scale nuclear war. Kennedy chose a middle path, a naval blockade or quarantine around Cuba to prevent more Soviet ships from delivering weapons. For nearly 2 weeks, the world held its breath. Soviet ships approached the blockade line. US forces went on high alert. At the height of the standoff, both nations prepared their nuclear arsenals. The fate of millions depended on the next move. Then came back-channel diplomacy. Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev sent 2 messages. The first offered to remove the missiles in exchange for a US promise not to invade Cuba. The second demanded something more: the removal of American missiles stationed in Turkey. Kennedy publicly responded to the first letter, while quietly agreeing to the second condition in secret. On October 28, 1962, Khrushchev announced the withdrawal of Soviet missiles from Cuba. In return, the US pledged not to invade and later removed its missiles from Turkey. The Cuban Missile Crisis ended without a shot fired, but it left a lasting mark. A direct hotline was set up between Washington and Moscow to prevent future miscommunication. Both nations realized how close they had come to destruction. The lesson of those 13 days is still clear today. In a nuclear age, careful diplomacy can mean the difference between survival and catastrophe. Want to make your own fascinating videos? Click the link in the description to get started today